Thank you so much. Please sit down. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to start by thanking Reverend Blair. I listened to you attentively, and certainly I was in line with most of what you said. In spite of the fact that we are vying for the same position, we are members of the same party, and definitely united. I am also honored to share this platform with Mr. Christopher Nippy. I've known him from, what, it must be 20 years now? 30 years? Yeah, I've known him for so long. It's amazing how people path in life cross. I want to also thank the chairman, Mr. Gabriel Stilly. I call him a politician. I think he should be here, and maybe I should be there. You know, he's such a wonderful, incredible man. I truly admire him. Thank you so much for the job that you've done, Gabriel. I also want to thank my team. And namely Pinkett Bema and the bluff boy you see there, the Reverend himself, Josephus Coffin. Now I wanna also thank Patrick Flomo. He's here as well, and I believe Alex is here, and Alfonso also. I just want to thank them. Thank you all very much. It's an honor, it's a pleasure to be here. So, I want to ask you something. Who you were calling ghosts? The ghost candidate. Somebody was calling somebody a ghost candidate. They called me on the phone. They said, "Oh my man, they're calling you the ghost candidate." I said, "Oh really?" All right, so I guess I'm not a ghost, right? I guess I am, right? Oh yeah, my team had to tell me that, man. Yeah. So let me start with a brief biography, so we get through the boring stuff. Now, I'm 61 years old. Now, when I was in my 40s, I didn't need these glasses, but now, sometimes I find that I need my glasses to find my glasses. So bear with me. Just briefly, I have 7 children. Three of my children are actually biological. That is from my seed. And then 4 of the children are by happenstance. And while I won't talk much about my biological children, I will talk about how the other children enter my life. So in 2008, I worked in Cameroon. I was very close friends with one of the most brilliant lawyers in Cameroon. His name was Emmanuel Mbelechu. He died suddenly in an accident. I wasn't there at the time. I had come to Liberia, notwithstanding. The Thursday before he died, he called me, and we used to talk 2-3 times a day. He called me and he said to me, "Look, man, Junior," that's his name for me, "I'm going to a very far place, and I won't go into all of that, it takes time. But at the end of the day, a couple of days later, I got the call. Well, immediately his children became my children. We were that close. And it wasn't that he didn't have money, but in Africa with dysfunctional families, this person fighting you, that person fighting you, it all got cleared up. But during those times, I came into the aid, and I'm happy to see the children, they're doing so well. So they are my children, right? The last girl, her name is Precious, and she's a darling. And she became my daughter, I guess, in the strangest way. She was an orphan. She was 20 years old. She was living with people who didn't treat her right. She wasn't being properly educated, etc. And God touched my heart. He said, "Okay, you will be my daughter. I will support you." The other day she informed me that she wants to be a doctor. I said, "Well, somebody going to take care of me, right?" Yeah. We're very close, very, very close, and I'm just delighted for that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my professional life as it relates to campaigning, and I'm going to be very quick through this because it's kind of boring. You know how this stuff is. So I've been working, I've been in real estate, insurance, hospitality, for 30 years, you know. Now you know that I am old. I was the former CEO of Beneficial Life Insurance Company. We had companies in Ivory Coast, in Cameroon, and in Togo, okay? For those of you who were here around 2004, I opened a string of hotels in Nigeria, the Urban Villa, the Urban Chateau, the Urban Renaissance, the Mandela Hotel. I don't know if one of you were around and all of y'all were so young, or is there anybody here that remembers that? Oh, really? Ah, okay, fine. Well, anyway, I was that guy employing Liberians way back. And my vision was very simple. It's still my vision today. It's all about people empowerment. We have the ability, we have the talent, we have the desire. We just need the opportunity. The opportunity to live a life of dignity where the vast majority of our people are able to feed, clothe, shelter themselves and their families. That's what I'm about. It's very simple. I know some of you have been touched by what I've been touched by. We've all lost loved ones. Go to the hospital, no electricity for oxygen. Somebody dies, go to the hospital, there's not equipment for simple diagnosis. Somebody dies. I don't know if it happened to you, but it's happened to me numerous times. What I want you to know is that I will fight tirelessly to make sure that we get the medical help, the facilities that we need so that our people don't die senselessly. I'm not saying people don't die because they get sick. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that you can't die because somebody gave you glucose when you had diabetes. You can't die from malaria. You can't die from typhoid. When people in the developed world don't even see these diseases anymore. It's rare. You get malaria in America, that's a big thing. They isolate you. You know, you get malaria here when you take 1 or 2 tablets from the Chinese people, Jack, and let God say if you will make it or not, you know. But hey, we have to do something about it. So that's one of the things that interests me. I am particularly concerned with security. Government is responsible to secure the lives and properties of its citizens. This government must do. I'm not into disparaging other administrations. I'm just simply talking about an additional need. And I'm simply saying that I will be dedicated to making sure that people go to bed at night knowing that there is a government that is in their interest, protecting their interests, protecting their lives. And I think that's very important. I'm on the board of Comprehension Realty. I'm very passionate about orphans. And I guess I need to spend a little bit of time about that. You see that lady over there? Pinky, can you please stand and stand with your husband, please? Eric is shot. Eric wants to stand. Okay. Now this is an interesting story. I'll go through it very quickly. So this day, she's posting on Facebook all the good work that she's doing. Gets to my attention, I contact her because I was looking for a way to contribute. And I wanted somebody who, when you send the money, you know, if you send $100, $90 will go on the project and $10 administration. I didn't want $90 to go on the pricing and $10 on the project. So I knew from her post that she was serious and convicted and called to feed children. So that's how we connected. Today we have fed over 90,000 children and even some of their parents. Now, even though we've done that, we find that there is such an incredible demand. It's like the more we feed, the greater the demand. So that tells me that it has a lot to do with our economy. Now let me break down the economy for you very simple. You know, I'm gonna make it simple. Okay, so you have agriculture. We're only using 5% of our arable land. And we got 43,000 square miles of land. We're only using 5%. And what did, I think that Reverend Bly said 2027 at 200 years, right? So if we said after, 194 years, 95, 96 years, 196 years, all we using is 5% of our arable land, then there's an opportunity there for a government that's serious about agriculture. Now, I have found I don't like loans. I don't like loans because they create problems. What I've learned to do in the private sector is to do joint ventures with companies that have what we need. So for me, I would be lobbying international businesses that have the technical expertise that we need, and then I would be marrying them with some of you. So now before you start cheering with me, let me make you understand something. You don't get something for nothing in this world. When the people bring their money, you don't go juke them and try to take their business from them. Don't forget where you came from. Be grateful. You know, when you reach from step A to step B and you decide, okay, I have saved my own money now, I want to go out on my own, that's the way you do it so that you are blessed by it. Yeah, so, now I believe in the rule of law. I believe that justice should be dispensed without favor and without fear. I also believe in compassion. I believe that where there is demonstrable contrition, that means what? When you go to raise sand with somebody and say, hey, I beg you, I'm sorry. You understand me? I believe that you can be touched just the way Christ was touched. Doesn't mean that they won't get punished, but you intend to raise sand with them, you can dress it back baby, you know? So I believe in compassion. And actually the law calls it clemency. So there's such a thing as clemency, and it's necessary when you start to talk about the new Liberia. I'm part of a school actually. It's out in Guazon. So we did this project, 2006, 2007. It's a school for gifted students. You may have heard about it out there in Guazon. It's called the Renaissance Something Complex School in Guazon. A lot of gifted students from all over the country. They've been educated there. They're doing very well. Most recently, I am I'm on the founding advisory board of the Harvest University. I think you heard about Harvest. We're doing a university, intercontinental American university. But anyhow, we're doing this university. We've linked up with Oral Roberts University. And what that means is that our students will be able to be in Liberia, go online, the internet, take courses with Oral Roberts that has been around for a long time, so they have a variety of courses, and take it at a discount rate. But the idea is to provide a high quality education for our people because we need that. So let me start to caption some things. The first thing we need to do is the economy. We know that, and we can do that. Okay? You've got agriculture, you've got the service industry, you have manufacturing, you have climate, and you have technology. I mean, these are the basics that I can just think of off the top of my head. You know I'm 61 years old, bear with me. But essentially, these are the industries that we can grow this country with. And if we do that, we're only a nation of 5 million people. So if we have a robust economy, it means that we're going to absorb our people very quickly. So when we have a 95, 98, 99% job rate. It means that we got to bring now people in because the economy grows. And when you have a robust economy, there will be a need for more people than just your citizens. What that means is this. It means that now, today, in our mind, we start to put together the kind of immigration policy for those people who will be coming. What is it that we expect of them? What's going to be their path to citizens if they are here? Because let's face it, if you go to a country that has peace, that has prosperity, even if you are a refugee there, you're going to be there. You will stay where you are because you built a life there, a comfortable life. And we've seen it with many refugees who left Liberia. Some of them come to visit, but their citizens are where? Another country, and they live their life there, and they go on, and they're very successful. So we've got to sit down, we have to think about that. I'm very passionate about children. And I believe that children should grow up in an environment that fosters love, that fosters innocence, that fosters responsibility, integrity, and security. I believe that children should have their time to be children again. And let's understand something. Broken children become broken adults. And broken adults create a broken society. No ifs and buts about that. So there will be I will put an enormous amount of energy to our children and to our youth to make sure that we resource the youth so that they have education, so that those who are interested in sports, that they have the opportunities to pursue their interest in sports. I personally was a basketballer, and maybe under different circumstances, I would have played in the NBA or something. I don't know, but I know that some of you around here who are probably footballers, and probably under different circumstances, you would have carried a tabella to Europe, seriously. Okay, so, and then arts. There are people who may not play basketball, they're not athletes, they're not necessarily intellectuals, or at least they find more talent in the fine arts. Some of them musicians, some of them artists, they have the ability to draw, to do craft works. I believe that we should have a society that allows people to live out their true potential in an affordable way. We live in an interdependent world. And what that means is that when we make decisions today, we cannot make decisions isolated from the world out there. Now, people believe that Liberia is the only place with all the problems. That's not true. There are other countries that have problems too, believe it or not. But here's the thing. We are in the Western Hemisphere. In the Western Hemisphere, the United States of America is the superpower. That's the power we understand. And our great fortune is that the United States of America is our traditional ally, our biggest ally. There are other nations that wish that they had a historical relationship with the United States of America. But here is our issue. We have not maximized that relationship. We have not been innovative about how we should deal with the United States of America. We shouldn't be fighting for visas today. No. We shouldn't. But we never put it on the table. And now when you put such a thing on the table, the next thing you have to do is that you have to meet all the kind of requirements. That means that you have to have responsible leadership. That is it. That is competent leadership. That is competent leadership. That is leadership with character, integrity, and that is leadership with compassion. You will find that I'm very big on compassion. The Bible tells us love, faith, hope, and love. The greatest of which is love. And we as a faith-based party, understanding our calling, we have to be examples of that love. Now I want you guys to look at yourselves. You who are delegates here today, I want you to understand that you're not just delegates. Oh no. You think that all you are here today, you just delegates, you come together and you hear some nice things and you cast your ballot? No, sir. You're more than delegates. You are pillars. You are pillars of a new and vibrant Liberia. You're not just delegates. Oh no, that's too easy. You are pillars of competence, pillars of compassion, pillars of character. Now I want you guys to look at yourselves, because your lives will change. You vote for me, I can guarantee it will change, but you got to get ready for the change. Some of you will be senators. All right. Some of you will be representatives. Some of you will be superintendents. Some of you will decide, I don't like to serve in a public capacity. I want to be in the private sector. And some of you will be captains of industry. All of you will be responsible for godly leadership in whatever capacity, in whatever you do. In the book of Micaiah 6:8, it says, we are to act justly. We are to love mercy. And we are to walk humbly before God. That means that we are to be prayerfully dependent on God. Correct? Some of you, you're home today because no money in your pocket. Tomorrow when you get the money, you don't want to talk to me. You forget about Gabriel. You forget about all the people that help you to get there. We've seen it before. Nothing reveals a man or a woman to him or herself like money, power, and influence. You understand me? Nothing. It reveals you to who you really are. If you see somebody who has money, if you see somebody who has power, and if you see somebody who has influence, and they remain down to earth, you have met greatness. Now you know, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm not the best or the greatest talker. I'm an action-based kind of guy. I want you to know that the new Liberia is on the horizon. A nation entering an unprecedented era. An era of equality. An era of unity. An era of transformation. An era of growth and restoration. An era where the heavens will open on this nation, and it is the